Alright, today we are just going to be going through making D&D characters. I'm just going to be making one because I really need to get back into more D&D. I'm a huge Dungeons & Dragons fan. Obviously, I'm such a nerd. I do a bunch of shit like this. You can follow me on my Instagram. I have YouTube and Twitch. All of that should be Abonneer art or some sort of variation of that. If you looked at my starting soon screen, you could see I have my YouTube and my Instagram listed. So we're just going to go in. We have D&D Beyond. I'm going to be making, I think I'll be making a druid wood elf because I'm a fan of elves, okay? They're just pretty and cute and I adore them. So this one I'm going to be calling Fallen Woodstock because, pun names. I actually already have a character named this, but this is a different variation of it, it's fun. I don't have any of all of this is just kind of filled out already. I'm not going to be using encumbrance because I don't care. The race, like I said, we're going to be choosing a wood elf. Wood elves have keen senses and intuition, and our fleet feet carry you quickly and stealthily through the native forests. So that's the basic of a wood elf. We have things like dark vision. You can see in dim light within 60 feet. Keen senses. I have proficiency in perception. Fey ancestry. I have advantage on saving throws against being charmed, and magic cannot put me to sleep. Trance. Elves don't sleep. They basically just meditate, and you can still dream and you still get like the same effects from a long rest. However, it's half the time, which I really enjoy. An elf's wisdom score ends up increasing by 1. Elves also have proficiency with the long sword, the short bow, and the long bow. My base walking speed would increase to 35 feet, which is pretty helpful if you're trying to kind of get to a specific area or a specific kind of monster. It'll just be way easier, I guess. That's pretty much it for that. And then Mask of the Wild, which I can attempt to hide even when I'm only lightly obscured by foliage, heavy rain, falling snow, mist, and other natural phenomena. Which I think that could be very helpful. Like I said earlier, we are going to be using a druid, and I personally, I'm kind of like feeling making something like a level 20 just because I've never been able to do that before and I want to try something. We're going to be trying new things. So that's pretty much it. So our hit die would be a D8. Our primary ability is wisdom, and our saving throws are intelligence and wisdom, which is very helpful because as a wood elf, I already get a bonus to wisdom. So we're gonna go with a level 20 because why not, right? So I have all the stuff I can do. So my hit points, my hit dice is 1d8, so I basically get 20d8. And I get a maximum hit points of 103, which I'm basically just choosing to go with a fixed hit point ratio just to make it a little bit easier on my side. I have proficiencies in basically all of these things. So I have light armor, medium armor, shields. Druids will not wear armor or use shields made of metal. Weapons, I can use clubs, daggers, darts, javelins, maces, quarterstaffs, scimitars, I guess, sickles, slings, and spears. I have proficiency with an herbalism kit. I already mentioned my saving throws are intelligence and wisdom, and my skills, I can choose any two from this list right here, which I think that's pretty simple. It's pretty nice and easy. I really enjoy it. I'm going to be choosing nature for one of them, just because I think it's helpful as a druid to have. And we're going to go ahead and go with insight, because insight is a very helpful skill to have in D&D. It's pretty much as helpful as maybe investigation or stuff like that. As a first level druid, I get druidic, so I know the secret language of druids. I also have some spells. I can do spell casting, and I can do wild shape, which basically means I can change into animals at a 20th level druid spell thing. I can basically do pretty much anything. I don't have any limitations, stuff like that. At second level, I could choose a druid circle. So there's a bunch of different options. All of them are Circle of the Land if you have the basic D&D Beyond sort of thing we got here. I'm going to go ahead and choose Circle of the Land Forest. So I get a bonus cantrip. And I think it's going to be helpful if I have Mold Earth. Mold Earth, basically, you choose a portion of dirt or stone that you can see within range and that fits within a 5-foot cube. You can manipulate it in one of the following ways, which those are all here. You can definitely pause it to read that if you want. You can cast a spell multiple times, things like that. At second level, you also have natural recovery. I can regain some of my magical energy by sitting in meditation and communing with nature, which is basically the equivalent of a short rest. You also get some circle spells at third level. As a forest one, I have all of these spells. So bark skins, spider climb, call lightning, plant growth, divination, freedom of movement, commune with nature, tree stride, things like that. I can improve my wild shape at level 4. At a level 4, I also get ability score improvement, which that all still happens here. Or you can choose a feat. I prefer to use an ability score improvement. And I'm going to go ahead and choose my wisdom, and let's go with my intelligence. 6th level, you get land stride. So moving through non-magical difficult terrain costs you no extra movement. At 8th level, again, you get an improvement in wild shape. At 8th level, you also get an ability score improvement. So for this one, I'm going to choose Constitution and Strength, because why not? At 10th level, you get Nature's Ward, which means you can't be charmed or frightened by elementals or fae, and you are immune to poison and disease, which can be very helpful. Same thing at level 12 with the ability score improvement. For this one, I'm going to choose Charisma as well as Dexterity. At 14th level, you get Nature's Sanctuary. So, creatures of the natural world sense your connection to nature and become hesitant to attack you. And there's all that information if you'd like to pause at any time. At 16th level, you get an ability score improvement once again. So for this one, I'm going to go ahead and choose Wisdom again. And let's go with Charisma, I mean. At 18th level, you get Timeless Body. So the primal magic that you wield causes you to age more slowly. For every 10 years that pass, your body ages only 1 year. Which is kind of weird because I'm a wood elf and elves actually live for a lot longer than humans. So I guess that kind of like doubles my lifespan, I guess. I'm not sure. At 18th level, I get beast spells. So beginning at 18th level, I can cast many of my druid spells in any shape you assume during wild shape. And once again at 19th level, ability score improvement. This time I'm going to go with strength and intelligence. And then at 20th level, I get Archdruid. So at 20th level, I can use my wild shape an unlimited number of times. Which is pretty nice and simple if I do say so. Now we're getting on to our ability scores. I prefer to use the rolled method, which if you don't know, you basically roll dice and the lowest number you drop. So you can see that kind of on the screen. So you roll 4 dice, 4d6 specifically, and you take the top 3. So one of my scores is a 12. One of them is another 12. I have a 6. Oh no, that's not great. I have a 13. I have a 14. And another 12. There are a few different options you can use when using your ability scores. You have the manual and rolled array. You have the point buy system, which if you've ever played games like Fallout or Skyrim, those are basically when you put a point into a specific skill a different number of times. And then you have standard array, which basically you get set numbers and you can put them wherever you want and it makes it more balanced. Hence, like this 6 would not happen normally. So I'm going to go ahead and actually put this in strength because I said so. I'm going to put this 14th in wisdom because that's mainly what my spells do. 13th. This 13 I'm going to put into intelligence. And the 12s are all going to go into constitution, dexterity, and charisma. You can see, since we're a 20th level person, you can see that the numbers are different from here versus here. So we get what's called ability improvements, and we get modifiers. I'm going to have the background for this person be just a sage. And I'm really not going to do a whole lot with her. But I'm going to say she knows, Dwarvish. And why not? Let's go with Celestial. And here's all the characteristics you can choose. I will not be doing so at this time. With D&D Beyond, you can do things like character alignment, like say this character is a lawful good. And you can choose a lifestyle, so like modest. You can choose physical characteristics, personality, any organizations or backstory they may have, flaws, things like that. We can also choose our starting equipment, which this basically gives us a very easy way of choosing things. So this is the druid like starting any of the druid starting things, I'm going to be using a hand axe because why not? Scimitar. I'm gonna choose druided focus. And then you get a bunch of things for like your background, stuff like that. And I mean, that is pretty much it. Then you can view your character sheet, which if you want to look at it, you basically do that. Oh, the character is not ready because of all these things that are not true. You know, D&D Beyond hardly ever works. And it's, of course, loading. And it's not ready still, so I don't know why it's not doing that, but okay. Um, and that's pretty much it for terms of anything on D&D Beyond, just making a simple wood elf druid. That's a level 20. So that's pretty much it. As a quick reminder, you can follow my social media, which are listed on my starting soon screen, as well as on my Twitch. So that's just a nice and easy thing to do. No pressure, of course.